Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I hope this is going to be an excellent webinar for you guys. And just wait for a few more minutes. We'll just go ahead and start because I still see some attendees are joining this session. So let us wait for them to join. And once they are available, we can go ahead and start the session. And yes, for all the newcomers out here, we will be recording this webinar and we'll be sending you out via emails, as well as we have a completed webinars page where you can check out our previous webinars. So let's just wait for a couple of more minutes and we'll go ahead and start. So yeah, once again, I thanks everyone for joining the session. Let's wait for 1 or 2 more minutes and we'll go ahead and start the session. Thank you. And in the meantime, please, you can use the reactions button and give me a thumbs up if my audio is clear and if my screen is visible and clear to you. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for reacting. And yes, just give me a few more minutes. We'll start the session. And yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and start. So first of all, I welcome you all to another exciting webinar. And we are excited to have you join us today as we delve into a new and exciting topic. So in our previous webinars, we have explored various specific features of our product. We also provided various features showcasing their capabilities and how they can enhance your workflow. However, today we will explore the full spectrum of features within Zoho Writer and how they can seamlessly integrate to design complex documents. So as we navigate through the session, we will also showcase you with real world scenarios and highlight best practices and share innovative ways to use Zoho Writer features to design your own document. And I hope by the end of today's webinar, you will gain the expertise to create sophisticated and visually stunning documents that captivate your audience. So without further ado, let's get into the agenda of today. So we will check out what are the challenges faced by most of the people in creating a complex document which contains various attributes. And also we'll see what are the ways and how we can simplify this designing process. So designing a document will be really difficult. So we'll show you what are the ways with which you can simplify it. And not only that, we'll also show you how to add visual elements so that you can make your document more attractive and easy to read. And once the document is created, we will show you what are the ways to export the document and share it among your colleagues as well as with the outside world. And we'll also let you know how Zoho Writer allows you to do all these functions in a single application. So you will not be required to use multiple applications. So using Writer, you'll be able to design and share documents in a very visually stunning way. Finally, we'll also have a look at our product updates and we'll let you know what are the future plans that we have planned. So first comes challenges faced. So many people have struggled a lot to have a standard format across their organization. Maybe it might be the font, or it might be the design or the color palette that they use. So we will show you how Writer you can how using Writer you'll be able to overcome these constraints that you have. And not to mention the formatting constraints. So formatting is really a difficult job in when it comes to creating a document. So Writer makes it simple. And yes, with other applications, you might also have limited design capabilities and compatibility issues. So you might be creating a document in a certain format, but it will not be compatible with other formats. So this compatibility issues can be overcome easily using Writer. And yes, we do have version control challenges when creating documents. So if something messes up the document, there'll be no way to recover it. So in Writer, using the version control, you can do it. And also, there will be only limited collaboration features. So it'll be really difficult for you when multiple people are involved in the creation of a single document. And also, sharing the documents in different formats, yes, that's really a difficult task. So these are the challenges that we came across using user requirements. So based on that, we will let you know. We will suggest you not to worry. Writer provides you the option to overcome all these challenges easily. So the first would be designing the document. So in design, we have various design tools available, and you can also add various sections like column layouts, which will allow you to split the columns and add contents. And you can also set a margin, and you'll be able to take printouts so that the margins are properly aligned. So if you're gonna use a spiral binding, or if you're gonna pin the documents that is being printed out, you can use gutter margins available in Writer. And not only that, we also have various page layouts like landscape and portrait. So using that, you'll be able to specifically design a particular page in a different orientation so that the contents fits into it. And when it comes to header and footer, you can add various or numerous designs into header and footer so that it reflects in all the pages without any issues. So when it comes to quick formatting, we have Markdown. So Markdown would be a easy way for you to add contents with using some typical shortcuts, and that shortcuts is also visible to you. So using that, you'll be able to easily format the text that is being added into the writer document. And if you're creating a design document, or if you're creating some code or script related documents, you can use the code snippet which is available to insert those codes into the writer document. And not to mention, many of you might be aware of the autocorrect feature that is available in Writer, so that if there are any frequently made mistakes, you can rectify it. And also, we have a quick text format where you can add in quick text. So just by a click, you can add numerous contents into the document. So these are the ways you can easily design the document, and it will allow you to, it will simplify your work in a better way. So next comes adding visual elements to the document. Well, it might be difficult for users to read the contents if the document contains lots of information. While using Writer, you can easily interpret in such a way that it becomes visually stunning. So when it comes to visual elements, we can focus on the cover pages that we have. So you can easily add these presets as a cover page and use it at your convenience. And not to mention, we also have charts where numerous data can be simplified and shown in a visual manner, which will be easy to read for the users or the consumers who's going to read your document. And yes, we would be required to reference something, or cite out some information in the document that is being created, especially if it is a journal or page information related documents. So for that, you can use the citations and bibliography that is available in Writer, which will allow you to reference those information directly into the document. And not to mention, so flowcharts are also a part of a document creation process. So if it is a design process, or if you're explaining some workflows that is being carried over in your team, you would be required to put it out in a document. So using flowcharts, you can easily visually represent those information by adding it into Writer. And yes, those added contents might require a table of contents so that you can easily jump over to the required area, or check out what are the contents that we are going to read. So yes, table of contents is also a simple process when it comes to Zoho Writer. So without any further ado, what I'll do is that I'll just quickly jump over to a document that we have designed, and I'll show you how exactly we performed the steps in order to make the document available. So give me just a moment. I'll switch over to the document which we have created. So this is a document that we created from scratch in Zoho Writer, and we have used various images and formats into it. So I'll just scroll down so that you can get a look at it. So here you can see that we have inserted a cover page, and we have added logos, and fonts and formatting is being done. And on the next page, you can see that multiple columns are available. So side by side contents can be easily added for um, visual representation. So you can easily read those contents. So not only that, we have also added some borders and for a good look. And here you can see that the table of contents defines all the categories and the headings that is available in the document. So you can click on it and go to any heading that is required. So further, when I jump over, you can see that we have added a side text box. So using that, you can provide certain information. So for example, if this is an internal document, you can mention that inside the text box and add it into your pages. Further, we also have added a graph showing a content of XQL. So you can change this content, change the values so that the graph gets automatically updated. We will talk about that in the demo session. So further, we have added various headings, and the table is being inserted. And yes, as I mentioned earlier, we have also added flowcharts into the document. And not to mention, this flowchart is added in the page where the orientation is landscape. You can find the difference between the previous page and the next page. So this particular page is alone formatted in such a way that the orientation is landscape, so that the flowchart will be fit into the document. So not only that, we have also added some codes. So we have added codes into the document using the code snippet feature. And yes, that's pretty much the information. Apart from that, we have added bibliography, and we have also added a watermark stating that this is a confidential document. So yes, now let's see how we can recreate this process when it comes to from the scratch. So before I move on to the further session, if you have any questions in the meantime, you can just post that in the Q&A box. And I have Preeta with me who will be answering those questions. And yes, let's just quickly jump over to the Writer's UI. So as you can see, this is a Writer main page where I'm just gonna create a blank document. So in order to make this process easier, I'll just be copying and pasting the contents of the document, not further format and other stuffs. Only the contents of the document will be copied and it will be pasted into the newly created document. So yes, first I'll just go ahead and create a blank document and then go to the design section so that I can apply a design for my document. So this applying a design would you can also save this design so that members of your organization can use this as a preset, and so that all the documents that is being created in your organization will resemble the same section. I'm sorry, the same style. So here, as you can see, I have presets available, so I can choose any one of the designs from this category. And if I want, I can also customize this design. And based on my customization, I can save it as a my design. So under design gallery, we have my designs. And if you want this to be used in organization level, you can save it as an organization design so that other users in your organization can also use the same design that is being created by you. So when it comes to preset designs, I'll just go ahead and choose any one of my favorite designs. So yeah, let's take it simple. So I'll just go ahead and choose the first one. So now this design is being applied to the document. And further, if I want to change the font set or the color sets, I do have options for it. So I can choose any one of these from this. So once it is created, all I have to do is that go ahead and insert a cover page so that my first page of the document looks really exciting. So I'll just go to the page setter. I'm sorry, I'll just go to the insert tab and I'll click on cover page. So here I can go ahead and choose any one of the preset cover pages that is available. So I'll just choose the first one. So here you can see there are previously added placeholders over here. So all I have to do is that just replace those placeholders with my preferred logo or the title. So in this logo, I'll just go ahead and right click so that I'll have an option to change this image. So I'll upload a logo of Zoho from my computer. Yes. And further, once the upload process is completed, I can go ahead and resize it as well as crop it. So if I do not want certain areas, I can go ahead and crop those as well. So here, in order to show the complete logo, I am just adjusting the image accordingly. So yes, now the logo has been inserted. Next, there is a text box in which the title card has been added. So when I click ahead, automatically the entire title will be selected so that it will be easy for me to replace those text. So in this, I'm going to use the same security code as the title. Security code. Yeah. And for the description, I'll just be copying the contents available in this document over there. So yes, now the contents has been copied. And here, as you can see in this text box, the author name is automatically inserted so that you can also update these field value automatically. So I'll just keep this as it is because in this account, I've configured this as Ethan Davis. So now the design process for the cover page has been completed. So next, just we can jump over to the document and check out what has been exactly going on. So in here, you can see that two sections of contents has been added, but over here, there is only a single section. So let's see how we can recreate this in my new document. So I'll just go ahead and click over here and go to the insert tab, select break and go to section break and click on next section break so that when I split the columns, it doesn't get over or it doesn't um, rectify my contents available in the next page. So now that I've added the section break over here, I'll just click on this page and I'll add multi columns. All I have to do is that just go to the page setup and add columns too. And this is not the limitation. We have three left and right columns as well. So you can click on more to view more options as well. So based on your preference, you can split the columns in a section. So once the column has been split, I'll just go ahead and copy paste my contents. So I'll just keep it in single so that the copy paste the contents will be there will be a difference when I change it over to it. So first I'll copy this. And next, I'm just copying the other contents. So now the entire content is copied and it's been pasted. Yeah. So now I'll just go ahead and split this page into two. I'll use the under page setup, I'll use the column option and click on two. So now you can see there is a difference in the margin over there. On the top, you have the ruler where you can see that the margin is being split into two, differentiating that there are two different columns. So in here, based on the document that I have, the contents is split after the word it mainly focuses. So I'll just go ahead with the same. I'll click on over here and I'll go to insert option, break, and select column break. So since it's a split across column, I'm using the column break. But here, as you can see in the previous document, the forward is separate and it has got only a single column. Whereas when the content is split, there are multiple columns. So how can I actually make the content to be equal? So organizations paragraph and it mainly paragraph should be in the same line. So what should I do? So what I can do is that I can just go to break and click on section continuous. I'm sorry, section break and click on section continuous break. So this will actually provide a split for the section and it will be continued in the next section. Now, since my content is still distorted, what I'll do is that I'll just go ahead and remove the column that I have split. And this I'm going to do in near the forward because I do not want a split column over there. So I'll just go to the page setup again and click on one. So now, as you can see, so now both the columns is being lined into this. So I can just go ahead and remove the spacing so that it's being rearranged. So yeah, that's how you can add multiple columns in, I'm sorry, multiple section breaks within a single page. So next, we'll jump on to adding page numbers. So here we have header and footer options available. So I would like to add a page number, which is obviously it will be added in the footer section upon my preference and based on this document that I'm going to recreate. So what I'll do is that I'll just go to the footer, and once I select the footer, all I have to do is that double click near the footer section that will enable the footer options. So in the left panel, as you can already see, the header and footer tab is being opened up. Now in here, I can just go to the page number. And now I can select any footer style that is required. Maybe I'll choose center aligned and the number format would be Roman. So based on my preference, I can choose any required number format. So after choosing the number format, you can go ahead and choose the footer style. So once it is done, all I have to do is that I have to click on current section because I do not want this page number to be reflected on the first page. And yes, so as you can see in the first page, if I want, I can remove the page number. Yeah, yeah. So here I can go to the header and footer options and remove link to previous section so that the first page footer would be removed separately. So if I do not want a footer, I can just go ahead and delete it. So now, since I'm not going to use the first page for numbering, what I will do is that I'll just go ahead and start my numbers from 1. So once it is done, you can see that the Roman number is already changed. And in my first page, it's not considering the first page as the for the page number. So furthermore, this footer option, while the pages are getting created, page numbers will be automatically added, and you can link if you are adding any section breaks, you can also link it to the previous section so that the numberings of the page number will be continued. So yes, furthermore, I'll also let you know that I'm sorry. As you can see here, there is being a border applied. So I'll just go ahead and do the same over here as well. So I'll just go to the page setup, and under advanced page setup, I'll go to the section level setup because I'm just going to apply this border only to this particular section. And in here, I'll choose border. And as you can see, if you want, you can also choose a line, or else you can choose any presets that we have. So we have certain preset borders available. So amongst them, I'll choose whichever is required for me. And when you select the border, we also show you the preview about how it looks when it is being inserted into the document. And as you can see, you can also apply these changes to the current section only, or if you just want this border to be continued across your document, you can use from this point onward, or to the whole document as well. So now I'll just click on apply so that the border is being applied. And if you do not want this border, and if you would like to remove the border, all you have to do is that just go to just select the page and go to the same section level setup, and under border you can go ahead and click on none and apply the changes. That will just remove the border. So it is as simple as adding a border and removing it. So further, when we just scroll down the document, we have the table of contents available. So for table of contents, we would be required to insert headings, and you would have to make some styles for the contents that is being available. So we can come to this section a little later in a demo session. So I'll just quickly jump over to the next section where I'll be able to show you how to create a chart. So now I'll just go to the insert option and I'll click on chart. And there are various options available for you. So there is stacked column charts available, pie chart available. So you can choose any one of them. I'll just go ahead and choose the spline. So here we have an integration available with Zoho Sheet where the chart data will be created in Zoho Sheet. So you can go ahead and edit those data in order to update the chart available in the writer document. So once the chart is inserted, you can just click on the chart and select the edit option. So that will just open up the sheet file where you will have the categories and the data which needs to be modified. So let's say I'm just going to add or modify certain data so that my graph gets changed. Yeah. So now I've modified my data that is available in the Zoho sheet. So I'll just quickly jump over to the document, and when I click on update, you can find it out that the graph is exactly updated as per my data available in the sheet file. So this can be used for you to visually represent certain statistic data, or when it comes to the work being carried out, the work in progress status. So these data can be applied over to the graph file. So once it is done, the next would be adding certain symbols and equations. So when you go to the insert option, you have options for you to insert any symbol. So we have various symbols available in Writer. So you can choose any one of them and directly insert them into the Writer document. And there's also equations available. So you can check this out based on the if you are carrying out any scientific documents, you can use these equations and add it into the document. So yes, now let's just jump over to footnote. So basically, if you would like to refer something, or if you would like to provide certain details to the contents of the document, you can add a footnote. Maybe it might be some comments on certain area, or it might be to add some additional content which is not required in the document, but it is still required for the readers. So in this case, you can add footnotes. So all you have to do is that just click on Insert tab from the left panel and just go to Footnote. So in here, you can add various contents. So here, let me just get into some examples so that I can just use that for our purpose. So yeah, I'll just add this data as a footnote. So here, when I click on this link, I'll be able to check out the footnote that is being added. And I can also add some contents into the area. So yes, I can. You can see in that the footnote has been added, and not only this, the footnotes are also linked. So you might be wondering, why should I add text separately when I have the document area? So when it comes to footnote, it is linked to your entire document. So whenever I go ahead and add a footnote in the previous page, it will be considered as number one. So I also have various styles for numbering. So you can choose any one of the style that is available. And you can also change the numbers number that from it starts. So you can make use of this. So for example, if I'm adding a footnote in the previous section of the document, you can see that this footnote becomes 1, and automatically the second footnote will be changed into 2. So this is how footnote would be applicable for you when you refer some extra contents in the document. Yes. So the next option would be to go to the quick text format. So in Zoho Writer, we have a quick text available for you. So using which you'll be able to easily add contents into the document. So yes, now I've just created a new page, and I'll just go ahead and insert a quick text that is being available over here. So I'll just click on this so that I can easily add contents. So the frequently used let's say in this document, I have this footer available, which is frequently used by me. So what I'll do is that I'll just go ahead and insert over here, and I'll just make this as a quick text. So I'll just go to, just right click. I'll just go to the format tab and click on quick text. That will allow me to save the selection that I have selected. So only when I select the contents, I'll be able to add footnotes. So I can add a title, maybe rights, and then save this up. So whenever I require the content to be added, I can just go over here and select this so that the content will be added or inserted into the document. So similarly, we also have a feature autocorrect, which will allow you to correct the errors that you make frequently, or it will allow you to easily insert certain data for a specific content. So let's say if I'm using the word SQL frequently, I can just add it, and when I enter it, it'll just change it into SQL injection. So you can get into the settings option, and under most settings, you can find the autocorrect feature available. So if you do not want this feature, you can disable it, or you can enable it and add in the words that you frequently use. So for example, as you can see here, we have added C in brackets, so that whenever C is added, the copyright symbol will be inserted. And not only this, you can also use this for equations or formulas that you frequently use in a scientific document. So let's say if you're inserting CO2, I'm sorry, if you're adding carbon dioxide and if you wanted to be converted to CO2, you can make use of it. So that when you type in wordings, you'll be writing in carbon dioxide, but it'll be converted to CO2 when the autocorrect option is enabled. So yeah, that's about the autocorrect. The next feature would be a watermark. So this is a pretty most used feature among design documents or the documents created in an organization. So it might be a confidential document or it might be an internal document so that it should not be shared with others unless an NOC is signed or something. So in this case, you can watermark your document, and not only that, you can also add your logos as a watermark so that it will be available in all the pages across the document. So what I can do is that I can just go to um, page setup, and under advanced page setup, I have document level setup. So I'll just click on it and go to the watermark option. So here I'll enable the watermark and I'm just going to add it as internal because or confidential. And as you can see here, we also have an option for you to change the font size as well as the font. And not only that, we also show you a preview on the right side on how exactly the document looks once it is inserted. So yes, now the watermark is being inserted and you can find it in all the pages of the document since I have added it as a document level. So next comes orientation. So I'll just quickly go to the next page. Yeah. So here I'll just insert a section break. Yeah. And then I'll just go ahead and change this orientation into landscape so that as you can see here, the flowchart is being inserted in a landscape manner. So in order to achieve this, I would be required to change this page type to orientation. I'm sorry, change this page orientation to landscape. So I'll just go to the page setup and then I can just click on landscape. That will just change this page into the landscape. So since I inserted a page break, only this particular page and the following pages will be having this landscape option. I'm sorry, the landscape orientation. So now as this is done, all I have to do is that insert the flowchart into the document. So I'll just go to the insert tab and click on drawings. So this is another integration in Writer where we allow you to insert shapes and text boxes from the options that is available. So you can click on shape and insert any shape that is required. So I'll just use any a rectangle shape. So this would be coming in handy if you're using any, if you're working out any workflows that is being carried over or flow charts when you're working on some projects. So you can make use of the colors and you can change the colors of the of the inserted shape, and you can also move it around. So now once it is done, I'll just insert arrow marks, or I can also insert any lines. So here I'll use this. Triple-headed arrow mark so that it will be easy for me. Yep. So now I'll just go ahead and insert this. So yes, so I can just go ahead and insert any flowcharts into the document. So as you can see, this was also created from scratch in Zoho Writer. So next, once the flowchart is being created, what I would require is that I would like to not continue the same orientation because I would require landscape only for me to insert this flowchart. So further, so now I'll just go ahead and change this orientation. So as you can see here, the orientation has become portrait, and over here it's still in landscape. So since I've added a break, I can differentiate between these two sections, and I'll be able to provide different orientations into the document. So now the next would be to insert any codes that is available in the document. So when you're writing some code reviews or if you're working on any projects for your software developments, you'll be required to insert certain codes in a particular area to provide clear explanation. So here we have a content. I'll just copy this content and I'll just paste it so that it's it becomes as a simple text. So now you can see that this is a simple text that I have inserted. I can just go ahead and copy this and I'm sorry, select this and select code snippet so that it will be automatically converted to the code format. And not only that, if I would like to insert some insert some data from scratch, what I have to do is that I just have to click on insert code and I'll just go ahead and type the contents. So this is how you will be able to insert codes into the document. And not only that, we also have various themes available for this code. So once I insert the code, you will have frost, neon, and plain text as well. So you can choose any format that is required, and you can also increase the font or decrease the font size. So you can easily format the codes that is being inserted into the document as well. So now, once it is done, all you have to do is that just get into the text box that is available in the site. So now you can see over here that there is a code called security guide inserted in all the pages. So you might be wondering how this has been added into the document. So what you have to do is that you just have to click on the footer section and then insert a text box and change the wrap type to square so that you can easily move it around. So if it is an inline, you'll not be able to move it around. So you can choose square or in front of text in order to display the text box easily. So now I'll just go ahead and rotate this to 90-degree angle so that I'll be able to display the contents as a side text box. So now in here, I'll be able to also have options to select any background colors or images that can be inserted. I'll just choose a red color box and also I'll be able to type text into it. So now I'm just typing it as internal. I'll just increase the font size as well. So now, yeah. So now you can see that this particular um, side text box is being available in all my pages in which I've inserted the footer. So this can represent that if it is an internal document or if it is a confidential document, you can also make use of this option to let the readers know. And apart from this, we also have citations and bibliography that we have inserted in here. So all you have to do is that just go to the insert, and you'll find citations and bibliography. So here you can add new citations. So if it is a book, or you can also fetch book details from online. So if it is an already existing book, you can make use of that and fetch the details online. So I'll just go ahead and type my name over here, and I'll just insert a title. So now into the document, I can go ahead and inside this citation. Similarly, if you're a regular user of Zotero site, and we have options for you to connect that using the API key. And once it is connected, you'll be able to directly pull out sites from over there and insert it into the document. And when it comes to bibliography, you can also go to the same insert tab, and you'll find citations and bibliography. And on the bottom, you can find insert bibliography. So using these options, you'll be able to insert and add a bibliography as well as citations into the document. So yes, now we have come almost to the end of the session. So what we will do is that we will just go ahead and change the heading styles in the document so that it'll be easy for me to create a table of contents. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just make sure that all the main headings has been covered as heading 1 and the remaining as heading 2. So here we also have markdown options where you'll be able to use certain shortcuts so that you can quickly format your contents. So here you can see that we have provided the list of markdown options available. So you can use any one of these and configure or format your content in a better way. So I'll just go ahead and use this so that you can get a clear idea. So now when I click on hash symbol and press space, you can see that in format tab, the heading 1 is being added. So now I'll just go ahead and add my content. So this will be considered as heading 1. And similarly, wherever required, I'll be able to go ahead and either select the content, select the heading, or I can use this markdown feature to change the heading that is being added. So yes, now the headings has been added. So if I want, I can also add two layers or two sections of heading. So I'll be updating this as heading 2 so that in the table of contents, you get to know how it is exactly being inserted. So now I'll just go to the insert tab. So I'll click over here and go to insert tab and select table of contents under references and comments. So here I can choose the style that is being predefined, and if required, I can also choose the number of levels that needs to be shown. So based on the number of headings that I have added, I'll be able to choose the level. And not only that, once the level is chosen, you'll also have a preview of it. So if you have 6 headings, you can see how exactly the table of content will be um, inserted into the document. So since I have only level 2, I'll just click on it and I'll select the formal option. So now, as you can see, the table of content is being inserted, and it's just easy for me to just get into the heading wherever I require. So I'll also make sure that I'll update some contents so that you'll be able to check the changes in the table of contents. So here I'll just add certain headings. So once it is done, I'll make this as heading 1. Yeah, sorry, heading 2, and this one as heading 1. So now all I have to do is that I just have to go ahead and update the table of content. So you can see that the code review list checklist, which is being added as heading one, is considered as the heading, and the subheading is what to review. So this is how you can insert the table of contents into the document, and this is how you can easily create the document. So now, in this creation process, there might be some difficulties that you're facing, like you might be facing some misformats or some contents that is removed, needs to be added. So in this case, we have a version control available in Zoho Writer. So you can just get into the review tab. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can just click on all edits has been saved on the top, which will show you the versions that has been created. So as you can see here, when I initially created the document, it's being considered as the version one. So if I get into that, you can see that the document is empty. So when I go to version 2, I can see security code and the split sections along with the graph, but there are no more contents apart from the graph. So it seems that the until graph, it is being saved as a version. So I can just compare the difference between these versions, or I can also go ahead and restore the version or see what's being changed over a period of time. And when I click on the third version, that's the updated and the latest version, I'll be able to see all the contents that is being added currently in the document. So also a writer saves each and every edit that you make. So you can see that the last edit is 1 minute. So each and every edit will be saved so that it will be easy for you and you would not be required to save every content each time once you add it into the document. So yes, version control will be helpful when you easily collaborate with multiple users. And the next feature is workflow. So workflows is a pretty good feature where since it is a manual, or if you're creating a design document or SOPs, you might be required to send this document for approval. So in order to send this document for approval, we have two options for you. You can click on assign workflow on the top left corner, and you'll have review or approval, or review and approval workflow. You can choose any one of these, and you can also check out the blueprint in which this document workflow will be carried out. So you can send this document for approval from your managers, and once they have approved, you can go ahead and export this document or publish it based on your preference. So this is the collaboration feature that we are talking about. Now, yes, that's about the demo session. And now let's just jump over to the presentation and continue further. So yes, distribution or export. So once the document is created, and as we have workflows, you can also send the document for approvals or reviews. And once this process is completed, we have some options for you, or you would be required to use or make this data available to the public or to your organization in certain formats. So yes, we do support various formats, and PDF is amongst them. So usually when a document is being created, it will be exported in a PDF format. So we do support it. So you can create the documents, create the design documents, manuals, and then export it in PDF format. Or if you'd like to share the document with certain users, you can go ahead and share it individually or create a public link. And if it is a manual for a particular product, you would be required to publish it across internet. So in this case, you can go ahead and distribute this worldwide. So we will create a public link and publish it so that anyone with the link will be able to access the document. And not only that, you can also embed the document in your sites. So that'll be easy for you to for the users who gets into your product based websites, and they'll be able to check out the check out your manuals that is being created. Yeah, that's how you can export the document. And yeah, now let's check out how Writer is a solution. So the demo was fully based on this criterias. So as you can see, formatting. So Writer will allow you to design the tables. So you can insert tables, apply themes to the table. So you can check it out in this document. And we also have previous webinars where we discussed about tables. So you can easily insert a table, and you can apply themes to it, and you can perform various actions in the table as well. So yes, similarly, you can add titles, subtitles, insert a table of contents, or add diagrams using the shapes, and you can insert flowcharts, etc. And when it comes to design, you can add images, you can create front page covers, flowcharts can be inserted, and side text box can be added so that it's visually appealing. And when it comes to compatibility, as we mentioned earlier, we provide you to export the document in various formats, and PDF is amongst them. So PDF, you can insert, I mean, you can export the document into PDF format and distribute to your company members. So apart from this, version control, as we talked about, you can control the version that is being created, and you can switch over to the previous version or any version anytime, so that you do not lose the content that is required. And real-time collaboration. So this is a pretty interesting feature where when multiple users are working in order to create a document, so various users can simultaneously edit without any interaction. I'm sorry, without any interruptions. So when multiple people are working, you can check out the location of the other member so that the contents of the document can be split and you can easily work on them. Yeah, we talked about export and publish. So yes, you can export the document in PDF and also publish the documents or embed it in your sites. Yeah, that's the end of the almost the end of the session. So now we are going to discuss about the product updates that we have planned. So yes, Zoho Writer will be allowing you to edit the PDF files that is being uploaded into Writer. So using this the PDF editor, so you can easily remove or add pages to a particular PDF, and you can append documents into the PDF. And not only that, you can add layered text and images, and also you'll be able to erase the contents of the PDF. So these are the few enhancements that we are planning, and this will be available pretty soon to all you. And yes, so as of now, we support pre-filling in fillable templates. So we are just going to extend that to pre-filling in signed templates as well. So when you create a signed template, and if you would like to pre-fill certain contents and then send it for signing, you can make use of this option that we are going to bring it out. And so as of now, for the people over in Brazil and people who speak Portuguese, they do not have a grammar and style checker. So we are planning to provide that as well, so that the native speaker of these languages will be able to utilize them. And when it comes to formulas, so as of now, you can only calculate based on the numbers. So we are just extending that to the date formats as well. So you can calculate the number of days, years, and the difference between a particular date and a particular date can be calculated. And a date comparison can also be added, like lesser than or equal to or greater than certain dates. So these date calculations will be allowed or will be provided to you in the future update. And when it comes to smart toolbar, as of now, when you select certain text, we provide you a toolbar, a kitchen sink box, where you can make that for formatting your text. So that is going to be you will have an option to pin that in the top bar so that you can access from there anytime you require. So that's about today's session. I hope this was pretty good for you guys, and I hope you can create the documents on your own using these features that we have talked about. So yeah, and if there are any questions, just feel free to post that in the Q&A box, and we'll also be raising some polls, so you can answer those. That will be helpful for us as a feedback, and we'll be taking it out in our future development. So yeah, let's just quickly jump over to the first poll. Um, so are there any features that you need in order to create technical documents. So if we have left out any features, when you're creating certain technical documents, you might be wondering how to make use of this function, or where can I find this function. So if you have any specific function like that, you can just raise your oaths, and you can also put that in the Q&A box, the functions that you missed, the specific functions. So we can check it out. And you can also always send an email to us, support@zohowriter.com. So we'll check it out and try to bring that in the future updates. So thank you everyone for making a vote for that. And I think so, Preeta might have answered the questions during the webinar. Yeah, what is the plan to release a desktop application? So we have already released the desktop application. It is available for Windows, Mac, as well as for Linux machines. So I'll just post the desktop link application. I'm sorry, the desktop application link. So you can use that and download it. So thank you so much everyone for your votes, and I'll just go ahead and publish the votes so that you can also check out the results. So the next one is, did you know that you can use the automated workflows available in Writer so that you can send your created technical documents for review or for approvals? So we talked about workflows. So were you guys aware of it? And if you're using it, you can just click on yes. So if you're not aware of it, or this was a new information, please let us know. So yes, I have put the desktop link. I'm sorry, the desktop application link in the Q&A. You can check it out, and everyone available in the webinar, you can just make use of this application and try it out. If you have any requirements or any updates, you can just let us know. And yes, Preeta has also provided a webinar suggestion link where you can just get into the form and provide us suggestions, so that based on that, we will take up the future topics of our webinar. So if you have any issues, or if you're not able to figure out something, you can just use the link to post your questions. I'm sorry, you post your suggestions. And yes, and also please let us know how useful was this webinar, and how would you rate me as a based on the today's webinar. And we also host every webinar that we take in the website. So you can go ahead and check out our completed webinar recordings, and we'll also be posting this recording as soon as possible. So you'll also be able to check this out in the website. Can we have a copy of the recording? Yes, we will be sending it out via email as well to all the attendees as well. We will be sending out the recording in email. You can use that. Um, there is a question that has been unanswered. Can you know which user made which changes, even if you do not use tracking? So yes, that can be that information will be available. So track changes will be enabled, and only if you do not want to make any options. So also in version control, each versions will be updated, so that using that you'll be able to check out which user made which change. And we can load our documents into our Zoho website, how as an image or download. Yes, you can use the embed links that is available. So let me just show you. So you can go to the publish option. I hope my screen is visible. You can go to the publish option, and in here you can select public on the web. One moment, it's setting. So maybe I can create a new document. We have restricted that particular document. So here you can go to the publish option. Just give me a few moments. So I'll just create a blank document and let it. So here you can go to public on the web and click on publish. So once it is done, you'll have an embed code. So you can use this and put it in your website so that you can embed this document in your web page. I hope this answers your question. So yeah, let's just where do we locate the recordings? Yeah, we have posted the completed webinar recordings. So please do check it out. Yeah, so regarding this question, can you please demonstrate how can this be done without looking at different versions? That is, users input only in the latest version. Can you know which user made which change, even if you do not use tracking? So yes, so when you have shared the document with your users, you will have a button where you can check out each collaborator information. So So here, as you can see, this document is being shared by two users. And every time when you visit the document, the last made change will be shown to you if there are any changes made. Yeah, here also you can click on the document and you can check out the previous version. So here you can see that there are different users made multiple changes and we have differentiated it. So whenever the next user comes, we will be showing you the changes that is being made. So you can check those out. So yes, if there are any further questions, you can just feel free to post that in the Q&A box. We'll just keep this webinar up and running for a few more minutes. If there are no questions, we can just end this. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time as well. Thank you for joining. And as you all know, we'll be conducting webinars on every second Thursday of the month. So you can check out our webinar links and join. And also we do have, as you know, we do have webinars for various time zones. We cover IST, GMT, as well as EST. So please do make sure that you register for your appropriate time zones. So yes, sorry, this is not what I meant. So I see that you're not able to we are not able to get the exact requirement. So just send us an email to support@zohowriter.com and we will check your email and we'll get back to you. So just please provide us your entire requirement and why you would want to check out so that we'll be getting a clear idea and we can suggest you appropriate solution based on that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, so I hope everyone is doing good and thank you for joining today and have a great day, everyone. Let's see in the next webinar. Bye bye.